Hey everyone, welcome to Women Work Your Faith. My name is Sylvia.
I'm Kanisha.
And we are back and we're starting a new series. We're going to put in a podcast and then we're going to do some Bible stories for adults.
Yes.
So today we figured starting a new thing, let's start with the new thing and go back to creation. And so Kanisha's going to take us back to a point when something significant happened, especially for the two of us, and walk us through. Here comes woman.
So we can't really talk about Adam without talking about Eve, which means you got to start from the beginning when it was just Adam. And so we've said this often. We said it a couple times in a couple videos, and it's like it sticks with me more and more because the more I be looking, I'm like, Lord, this don't add up like it's supposed to. But God's math is just not like our math.
Nope.
And it reminds me of in Isaiah when God talks about it, he let it be known. Like, my thoughts is higher than your thoughts. You know, you're not going to understand like I understand. It's higher than yours. But we always trying to find a way to make it fit.
Yeah.
We always trying. But as I was looking back and we were talking about creation, because that's what we're doing, I said, God, this whole math thing has literally been from the beginning. In Genesis, the 2nd chapter, 21 through 22, we get the math problem. 1 plus 0 equals 2, which in any ordinary math class, your teacher would say no. But with God, he says, correct. Because he caused Adam to go into a deep sleep and he took a rib from him. There was nobody else. It was just the one. But when he took that rib from Adam, he created a whole nother person. Woman.
Something from nothing.
That's us. That's me. That's she. That's where we come into play. So he took the rib from Adam and the one became 2. 1 plus 0
Equals 2.
equals 2. When we go down a little bit further, down to the 24th verse, then we get 2 more math problems. God's math, 101. Here we get 3 minus 1 equals 1. God says correct. You know, anybody else would be 2. But he lets us know that when a man will leave his mother and his father and cleave to his wife, that they become one.
You know, it's more like algebra.
No.
Because it's like the parentheses, you got 3 minus 1 plus 1 equals 1.
This is
a complex
please
equation.
Excuse my dear Aunt Sally. Please follow the rule of the Lord. Like,
Yes.
it just, I can't make sense of it, and I've determined that I'm not going to try to. But when you look at the 24th verse, you see 3 minus 1 equals 1. And then it also let us know that the husband would cleave to the wife. So that's another 1 plus a 1. And it equals 1.
So that, as you were talking, I was thinking, the answer to the equation is 1.
It's 1.
It's 1. And Kanisha always says in conversation that things are a shadow of things to come. Throughout the Bible, the answer is 1.
It's always 1.
It's always 1. When the children of Israel were in the wilderness and they, hear, O Israel, the Lord your God is one of God. And we talk about the Father, Son, and the Holy Ghost,
But they're still
3 in 1. There is one body with one Lord. What? So as I'm listening to you, and I'm like, if you're gonna do math with God, the answer's 1. The answer's 1. Whatever it is we get ready to come to, it's gonna be 1. That's it. 1.
That's it. Unless I guess that's when we have to separate multiplication and addition, because you got to be fruitful and multiply. That 1 need to become a whole lot of sums.
But even then, those whole lot of sums,
It's still 1 plus 1 equals 1.
1. We all have to come together as one body.
1.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As you were talking, I was like, oh, we gotta stay at 1.
You got to stay
Wherever
at 1.
we going, he bringing us back to 1.
But as I was looking back and we were talking about creation, because that's what we're doing, I said, God, this whole math thing has literally been from the beginning. And it's elementary for us because what do we learn when we first start? 1 plus 1 is 2.
You know what? And I didn't think about this. Just so you all know, we chat before we chat.
Yes.
But as you were saying, his math don't add up. If you go back to the very first verse in Genesis where it says the earth was without form and void, there was nothing there.
There's nothing.
Nothing. And then 6 days later, it was all kind of
It
stuff.
was everything.
Everything was there. Like he said, let this come forward, and it was like, here.
I'm there. Well, it's like the Big Bang Theory. We look at the Big Bang Theory, at least that's what they would teach in the school system, that
there was an explosion.
Then boom. You know, it was what's the elements and
some particles, and they evolved together, and that's where like some planets came from, and we are not scientists, and so I don't remember from high school, boom, stuff. Here we are.
But even if we go along with it, that still goes against our math.
Right.
I guess in some instances we will agree with God when it works to us, because when they talk Big Bang Theory, they have nothing supposed to be equaling something. But that ain't even the way that we look at things. There's fallacy in their own theory. Even they admit there are things that they just can't explain, because how were these particles, these whatevers there to make it? I said the Big Bang Theory is missing the banger. The banger is God himself. They don't know that, but I just let them know. So scientists watching, there, I answered it for you.
So his math, yeah, he made a lot out of nothing.
Out of absolutely nothing, literally.
And our math doesn't act like that.
No, our math, you gotta have something to
You
work
gotta
with.
have something.
But God don't need nothing to work with. He's the creator. We are creation. So all that to say, while creation is always trying to find a way to explain out the creator, you just can't take God out of it. And we just have to accept that the coming of us is more than what we can wrap our minds around, because God's math is not our math. We got Adam and Eve in the garden, and happy matrimony. They're married.
Life is paradise.
You know, and then
They got dominion.
Dominion.
They in charge.
Do this, and they like doing that.
Plans for the future. They got plans for the future.
All these great things, and then it's always something. Here comes the serpent.